Arts Ensemble Education Foundation is an arts incubator that provides developmental assistance to artists, art organizations, or creative enterprises in early stages of development or change. They have an event coming up that you don't want to miss, and all the details are right around the corner, right here on Polk Place. Welcome to Polk Place. I'm your host, Brian Lacey, and joining me in studio is Jane Waters. She is the Executive Director for Arts Ensemble Education Foundation. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
You are no rookie to the show, are you?
Nope, nope.
No rookie to the studio either, are you?
Nope.
Nope, nope. Let's talk a little bit about Arts Ensemble Education Foundation. What exactly is that?
Arts Ensemble Education Foundation is an arts incubator. We began as a resident art studio about 12 years ago. Because we're an education foundation, the majority of our work leans to education through the arts. So we have a healing arts program, after school art camps for children, and we also do some really work in challenging neighborhoods with kids. We do some street programs, park programs, that kind of thing. But the newest thing that we're doing, that we're really pushing, and I say new like it's brand new, we've actually been doing it now for about 3 years, is a program called Arts for Vets, and that's our newest education component.
Talk to me a little bit about Arts for Vets, because it's something that that touches my heart and is near and dear to me, working with veterans and their family members. What exactly is that?
Arts for Vets is really a creative escape for veterans and their spouses. Initially, when we began the program, we were really just seeking veterans who had been diagnosed with PTSD. And in about the first year of the pilot program that we were doing with the Lakeland Vet Center, what we realized was that we needed to open this program to spouses who are dynamically affected by their loved ones' PTSD. That's kind of even morphed in the last year, though, to a place of just opening it up without an emphasis on PTSD, so that we can capture the men and women out there who have not been diagnosed but clearly have a need to release emotions through the use of art and art mediums.
Now, for a program of this magnitude to go on, it takes people to be generous with their donations to you, and you have a couple good partners. Talk to me a little bit about those partners that help you out with this.
Absolutely. We have one benefactor with the Arts Ensemble Education Foundation who has an extreme passion for PTSD and the programming that we do for veterans. You know, like so many people that I talk to, he personally has some experience with this, and so he funds a lot of what we do for sure, but also the Florida Veterans Foundation. Last year, we were fortunate to receive a grant that would make possible the opening of this program on the east side of the county. And through that grant, we were able to hire a coordinator to oversee really the implementation of the program. As a result, today, as opposed to having just one program that's doing very well at the Lakeland Vet Center, we now have programs in Lake Wales and Winter Haven that are also doing very well.
And like you said, between the Florida Vet Center and the people hosting your programs, talk to me about those partnerships that are going on and the way that you're extending bridges for veterans to cross and probably join a program that they wouldn't even really know existed.
Absolutely. You know, I think that the importance of the partnerships with regard to veterans specifically is found in our partnerships with the American Legion facilities and the VFW facilities. We attempted to, and I don't want to leave out the Lakeland Vet Center, when we can take our artwork to one of those facilities, we're taking our artwork to their home, to their play space, to the place where our veterans are going to find services, you know, fellowship, and it makes it easier for us to make them comfortable with what we're doing. Trust is the biggest issue in getting our veterans to our art programs. Not only that, but the fact that they may not even believe that they can do art. And so we have to cross that bridge almost immediately when we go into a new facility. And what we do, our instructors go out where they're having a beer with a friend or wine with a friend and start talking to them about an art program, and that's how we get them into the art program. So that's why those partnerships are highly effective. Also, we need our veterans service organizations talking about alternative programming for veterans, such as animal therapies, dog therapies, that kind of thing. Our veterans trust those service providers. They trust their American Legion people. They trust their VFW people. So whenever those partnerships are solid and they're able to advocate for the importance of what our program is, it instantly makes the program a success, and we can begin doing what we do best, which is allowing veterans to put their heart, their emotions, maybe their fears and anxieties into some artwork and leave it there.
As the executive director, you are really at the front line of this, whether it be your work with children or the veterans and their family members. How is the program being received?
Very well. I do want to say that it's very well received in the post locations. So it's being very well received at American Legion, Lakeland Vet, and the VFW. We've really had to work to have it well received in our gallery space. It's not a normal space for a veteran to just decide to go there. So what we find at our gallery, because it's beautiful, Outer Space is a progressive art studio. We see their spouses come to that location, but our veterans are coming to the post for sure.
What would you like to see happen with the program? Obviously, it's reaching success, but where do you define success with it, and where would you like to see it go?
Wow, that's a hard question because I have like 15 answers immediately. They all just flood. I think that the success of the program is found not in having the largest number of people in a painting class, but in reaching one or two of the people that had no idea that painting was going to be the thing that made it easier to sleep at night. That's success in the program. One of the things that I ask my art instructors to do is journal their experiences with our clients. So at the end of each program, whether it's ceramics or life writing or painting or mixed media, whatever they're doing, our instructors sit down and they write from their perspective what happened in a client's life. And so sometimes that's the way, as the executive director, I get to see what's actually happening. And just short of tears, there's some amazing stories that are happening. The American Legion Post 71 in Lake Wales, Miss Nancy and Miss Polly, they do the ceramics program that's there. And these are two ladies that are brilliantly qualified in their position there, and to read their journal entries about, there's this one client, her name is Janet, and I was reading about the impact on this lady's life from doing pottery at this post. She is the wife of a husband who has chronic PTSD, and to hear how she is able to rest better and help her husband better with what's going on with him because of this program, that's success in the program. So the success of a program isn't in having 15 locations. The success of the program is having 15 solid, rock solid stories of benefit that we know is taking place in the home.
We heard about some of the things that you work with, the painting, the mixed media, the clay pottery, and the life writing. Being Polk County, you have a program that's coming up and it's very, very unique to Polk County just because of one of our attractions. Let's talk a little bit about that.
A lot of people in our county know that I teach boxing, and so I have several Lego professionals. I have this one engineer in my class, and she's beautiful, just a cool chick. And she was telling the story one day about using Legos with her uncle who had cancer and how it just released his anxiety and his fears. And I went, oh my gosh, that is the answer. We need to do Lego sculpting with our veterans because that is such a unique sculpting project. I do it with children all the time. And it never fails that their parents come in at the end of the day and we're Lego sculpting, and then we're like, it is time to go, you know, and they're sitting there Lego sculpting. So yeah, we're excited about this. I want to say that Lego's not a sponsor, wish they would be for this, but the importance of what Legos can be at 4 years old is the same importance at 84 years old. And some of the designs that adults do with Legos would just blow your mind.
One of the things that we talked about earlier is relying on the generosity of both individuals and businesses. And sometimes that falls short, and it comes to calling another side of Jane, which is fundraising.
Yes.
And you fundraise like no other. Now, what are we going to talk about?
Now we're going to talk about a party. Let's talk about that. Yeah, fundraising is a key component for all of us that are in nonprofit world right now. However, the stock market's up and we're thankful for that. And so, you know, we're expecting to see some good results in nonprofit land as a result. But absolutely, we can do nothing without fundraising. We have been extremely blessed at Arts Ensemble to not have to fundraise a ton, but those days are now over. The first 10 years of our organization, we were funded 100% by 3 benefactors, which made my job as an executive director, I would have been jealous of my job looking at it from any other seat as an executive director because I didn't have to fundraise. We're not there. We're not there. The economy took a turn. We have new administration. While change is good, and I'm excited about some of the change that I see in our country, we're still behind the curve on what's happening with money and the nonprofit and service level. So we're having to get creative to find money right now, and it's more than just going to business owners. It's more than just writing grants. You know, the biggest fundraiser that I'm ever going to do is an awareness campaign. And so I typically throw fundraisers where there's no ticket price because that's just not the best way to make it happen. We actually raise more money when there's no ticket price to anything most of the time. So we came up with this idea by way of a really cool artist who's just going to be in town, and he's from the Grand Cayman Islands, and he's wildly popular. His name is the Barefoot Man, and he's
a legend down there.
He's amazing. He's amazing, and he is friggin' the funniest thing on a microphone that sounds like Jimmy Buffett but is not, you know. So we were fortunate to get him booked for September 24th at Tanner's Lakeside, and we are throwing a flip-flop margarita party with the Barefoot Man.
And you're also going to have some kind of cool arts events going on, and a little bit of competition for those who wish to try.
That's right. That's right. We're going to have a Best Tiki Hut competition. So we're going to lease space to Tiki Huts, and these are for people who are bringing a party to the party, you know. And we have 10 spaces available, and the competition will be whoever designs the best Tiki Hut by 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And I think that'll be interesting at a margarita party to see what those look like at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And then a flip-flop, we're calling it the hottest flip-flop competition. And so whoever has the hottest, sexiest flip-flops, and then we're going to just randomly pick judges to decide who has the best flip-flops. And we're also going to be doing margarita glass painting at that event.
All right, and some of the other things that might be going on, and how folks can get involved.
Getting involved would be just coming to the party and supporting the party. Tanner's has generously offered to make a donation from the sales of everything at the event. We intentionally wanted to partner with a local business. Arts Ensemble really tries to support business through the arts, and so when we have an opportunity to do that, you know, we don't need to be taking away from beer sales. We don't need to be taking away from food sales. And so Tanner's offered to give us a portion of their take for the day. So just going out and having dinner there that day and enjoying the music that's going on, that's probably the best way to get involved. But definitely, if you have a boat and can boat to Tanner's, bring your boat, bring your friends, bring your flip-flops. This is a very casual Cayman Island laid-back event, and just show up, and if you feel like making a donation, this program is 100% Arts for Vets. So I thought, we're in Florida, so we can use flip-flops for vets. It made sense to me. So that's the best way to get involved.
All right, Jane. Well, listen, thank you very much for coming in and sharing with us today.
Thank you.
And you are always welcome.
Thank you.
I invite you to join Arts for Vets for their fundraiser, Margarita and Flip Flop Party, Sunday, September 24th, from 2 to 6 p.m. at Tanner's Lakeside in Winter Haven. Now, there'll be various competitions to include hottest flip-flops and margarita glass painting. Prizes will be awarded for first through third place. Entertainment will include Grand Cayman entertainment legend Barefoot Man. All proceeds will benefit Arts for Vets, a program for veterans and their spouses in Winter Haven, Lakeland, and Lake Wales. Now, if you need more information, you can give them a call at 863-272-2258 or look them up on the web at www.artsensemblehealingarts.com.